Hey everybody, 2024 is officially coming to a close. I hope you have all had a great year, and I hope you have a great year to come in 2025. I wanted just to take a few minutes and talk about the channel a little bit, talk about my plans for 2025, talk about where we've been and where we are going. So when the channel first started, just a couple of years ago in earnest, I was releasing a new video about every 3 days. And I was just burning through the first editions. That was the initial and sole point of the channel, was to help identify first edition books. And I was doing them so quickly that I promptly realized I would run out of content if I didn't slow down. So that's what I've done over the past year or so. I've featured a new title about every month, and that is my plan going forward into 2025. To still do the first edition identification videos and the rare and remarkable limited edition videos at about the rate of one new title per month. I'm down to about 12 to go. Never Flinch comes out in a few months, so that'll be 13. And that's not including the Gwendy trilogy, which I'm still wrapping my head around how I will attack those three books. So that might be 3 different videos, that might be all in one. So that's in there too. So that's maybe 14 first editions left to cover. And eventually I will have totally caught up and I will have run out of that content. So I'm supplementing that, as you know, with review videos where I'm going back through some cases for the third time in my life and reading Stephen King titles again, with the intent of taking notes as I go, looking for that interconnectedness within the Stephen King universe, and then releasing official review videos, spoiler-filled review videos that share all of my thoughts on all of these works. I do intend for that to continue into 2025. I am part of a Stephen King focused book club that meets every other month. So at the very least, I'll have read another Stephen King book every other month in 2025 and be ready to talk about those in upcoming videos. I'm in the midst of my rating the short stories videos, and I've got a few more collections to go. So my intention with that is to do each collection individually, rate each story within the collection, and then ultimately do like a Stephen King's greatest short fiction hits video where I take all of my tens, potentially my 9s and 10s in my ratings, and talk about just those stories, just the cream of the crop. I'm kind of on the fence about including the novellas, even though there are novellas in these collections. I think I will do just the short stories, and then also another video about the novellas as well. Potentially the novella collections, reread those, and then rate those longer pieces as well as I go. So that's coming. I think I might do a tier ranking video. I've seen these on other channels. I think they look really cool. I've never actually done one myself. Like a lot of things with the channel, I try it out. It's a work in progress. I'm learning as I go and hopefully improving as I go as well. I've gone back and rewatched some of my very earliest videos, and I think, oh, if I did that today, I would have done it so much differently. But it's a work in progress, and it's definitely a journey. So yeah, tier ranking video, probably covering all of Stephen King's output. I have done videos where I rank each decade, but I've yet to do a video where I do all of the books, or I rank all of the books down the line. He continues to publish, so part of me is hesitant to do that because the video would just become obsolete and out of date. But I think I might try to tackle something like that in 2025 as well. I also started and did not complete my Road to the Dark Tower series, where I was on my way through on a reread of the entire Dark Tower series, which I have completed several months ago, and I have copious notes. I just didn't finish actually making all the videos. So I'm going to keep chipping away at that as well in 2025. There's bound to be some big breaking news along the way, so I will keep producing the breaking news videos that I really enjoy. They inspire a lot of conversation, a lot of back and forth in the comments. I like to keep an ear to what's going on in the Stephen King world, even if I'm not in the market to buy particularly very expensive books. I do like to pay attention and then share that news with all of you. Along those lines, there's bound to be a limited edition release, maybe more, in the next year. I think the next one that PS Publishing has slated to tackle is Firestarter, so I'll pay attention to that and release all the details about how you can acquire a copy of Firestarter or whatever the next PS Publishing book is, just as soon as I have that information in hand. And of course, I'm always wide open to ideas, suggestions. If you have a question, something that you think would be a benefit for me to cover, something you've always wondered about that maybe I can help shed some light on, I'm always open to that. You can leave a comment on any of my videos. I see the comments, I respond to them when I am able to, or send me an email at skfirsteditions@gmail.com. I'm always happy to get questions, always happy to get pictures if you want some advice or some feedback on what something might be or value of a particular item. I'm happy to weigh in on that because I am keeping my finger on the pulse and remaining aware of aftermarket values and sort of how things are going in that arena. One new thing that I'm trying that I've just recently launched is shorts. So it has occurred to me that my first edition identification videos cover a lot of information and they can be kind of unwieldy, including the identification points themselves, as well as often me sharing my thoughts on the work, sometimes some historical context, sometimes just a lot of me rambling on like mini unstructured reviews. And as I've gone on and had dozens and dozens of videos, some of my oldest stuff, it's easily buried in the rush of everything that has come since. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I've already started this with Carrie, and do a short video, 2 minutes, 90 seconds, maybe less, where it's just the salient points on identifying first editions. And I'm going to do the US one week, the UK the next week, and then move on to the next title. So those videos will be released not in my usual Sunday afternoon spot, but every Wednesday for, to catch up through all that will be at least a year, maybe a couple of years. So I'm just going to keep chipping away at that as well. And hopefully that will be a useful, streamlined avenue for people to get that specific information that they seek in an easy to navigate and timely manner. And I put out a call a while back for collectors like you who may wish to feature your own collections in a video on the channel to reach out to me and sort of work with me and make that happen. And I only had one person, Daniel, reach out and express an interest, and Daniel was fantastic to work with. He got all of the content that I needed and then some. Everything was well organized. He answered all the questions, all the prompts that I sent out, and that became the first and so far only video in my series SK Collector Spotlights. So if you or anyone that you know would like to be featured in a similar video, please reach out, leave me a comment, send me an email, reach out and let me know, and we can make that happen. This is truly a community endeavor, and I'm always fascinated to hear the stories and see the shelves of other members of this community. And just as we reach the end of 2024, huge thanks, as always, to my friend and compatriot Noah for showing dozens, countless at this point, first UK editions, as well as just those amazing, rare, and remarkable books. At one point, I'd love to get out to Noah's house and actually see his collection in person. I could probably fill weeks worth of content just from that experience, as well as picking Noah's brain and sitting down to ask him some questions. That's always been one of my dreams and one of my goals. Someday, maybe 2025. who knows? And special thanks and shout out to channel sponsor Thomas with StephenKingCollector.com. I really appreciate Thomas reaching out several months ago to kind of pitch the idea. I haven't checked in with him to see if this is driving any additional traffic to his website. I certainly hope so. At the very least, it can't hurt. I've always admired Thomas and what he does and the value he brings to the community. People like Thomas, there's people like that throughout the Stephen King community. Thomas has this website. It's quite a lot of time and energy and effort on his part. He does sell some stuff. He sells slipcases, but really it's a labor of love. It's not his full-time job. It's not anything that he does with the intent of making a ton of money. It's something that he does because he values the community, just like I do, and just like all of you do as well. So yeah, he's a good guy, well worth supporting. And if you haven't checked out the website in a while, you really should. I put the link in every video description that I post. And then finally, my biggest thanks is reserved for you, the viewers who support and who add your likes and your comments and who have subscribed to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. It's very, very gratifying because this is something that I'm passionate about. It's a creative endeavor for me. I look forward to it. I get a lot of joy from it. And to have seen the channel just continues to slowly but surely grow day by day. And it's really exciting. It's one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever done in my life. And I appreciate it. I think I would probably do it even if nobody cared, even if nobody watched and nobody subscribed, but I don't think I would have quite as much fun with it as knowing that you are out there. So wherever you are, whoever you are, I hope you have a great 2025, and I will talk to you later. Bye.